Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Alright team, today we're going to be tuning into the Zach Lowe show. As y'all can see, Gladys sent me this in the Spurs Spotlight Discord, and I haven't promoted it in a while, so the link is going to be in the comments and the description. So y'all feel free to join up and come talk some Spurs with us. We also got some more Spurs news with a Spurs signed Stanley Umud. I don't know how to say his last name, I'm sorry. But if I'm being quite honest, I don't know who this is. I haven't seen him play any basketball or nothing like that, so I'm going to do my due diligence, see what he does on the court, and maybe we'll drop a video over that next. But that's no groundbreaking news, it's just to fill out the roster. But with that being said, I haven't watched this video yet, so let's just go ahead and see what Zach Lowe has to say about the De'Aaron Fox extension. I believe I saw he's defending the De'Aaron Fox extension, so let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
Item number 4, De'Aaron Fox, max extension. August 2nd was the day he could have signed it. I think it either happened that day or the day after with the San Antonio Spurs. And boy, I mean, I'm not reading everything when I'm on vacation, but I'm reading some stuff. I'm looking over some stuff. Sense some consternation about the De'Aaron Fox extension. Like, I don't know, timelines, and, you know, they just drafted Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle in back-to-back drafts. It's a lot of guards who can't really shoot right now. Like, is that, and need the ball? Is that really a formula for success? How does he line up with Wembanyama? I don't know. It's a lot of money for De'Aaron Fox. Let me bring up, you know, how much the numbers are. I mean, it's 30% of the cap, so it's going to be a lot. 49 this year, or 49 starting in 26-27, 53, 57, 61.5 in 2029, 2030, and that's when it expires. It's a lot. It's a lot. I love it. I don't care. I mean, maybe love is strong, but I like it, and I think this is going to work. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to be awesome with Wembanyama. They played, I think, 5 games together last year. I can't wait to see it over an extended period of time. The Spurs have some questions about their three-point shooting. Absolutely. You know, you pencil out their starting 5, I'm going to guess, is Fox. He's been so-so. Castle, so-so at best. Harrison Barnes, just pencil him in for now. Solid. Vassell, more than solid. Wembanyama took a lot of threes, made a decent amount of them for his size. Off the bench, you got.
And before he gets into the roster, I know that he said they had a rough 5 games, and it was only 5 games at that, but you got to remember that Chris Paul was the starting point guard. They had De'Aaron Fox run the shooting guard next to him, and it just looked terrible. And you might say, well, if it didn't look good with CP3, then why would it look good with Dylan Harper? I think they play a better play style that would mesh better together than Chris Paul. Chris Paul is very slow and methodical. Whenever he gets into the half court, he likes to slow things down, whereas De'Aaron Fox is like, give me this, I'm going to push it up court and get us an easy basket. De'Aaron Fox does still have a good half court game. We saw him have a pretty good series against the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs, and you got to have a good half court offense to be successful in the playoffs. But I just think that Dylan Harper can do more things alongside De'Aaron Fox than Chris Paul could at his old age of 40 years old. Also, because Chris Paul provided no rim pressure at all, I think I saw him take like 1 layup throughout the whole season, which was wide open. Whereas you have a Dylan Harper who's an elite, very elite finisher, was amongst the best in college basketball as a point guard. And so if you have Chris Paul providing no rim pressure along De'Aaron Fox, who's not a high volume 3-point shooter, that's just not a recipe for success. On top of the fact that De'Aaron Fox had a broken hand or torn ligament in his hand, so this upcoming season is definitely going to look way better for De'Aaron Fox. Probably a career year.
Solid. Wembanyama took a lot of threes, made a decent amount of them for his size. Off the bench, you got Harper, Bryant, Keldon Johnson, Sohan. You know, it's shooting-wise. Champagne and Waters could help. Lindy Waters was he can really shoot. Olynyk, Luke Cornett splitting the center spot. I can't wait for the Olynyk Wembanyama minutes and the Cornett Wembanyama minutes, by the way. The shooting is just so-so for sure. But I'm betting on De'Aaron Fox having a big bounce-back year to, like, Beam Team Fox, to Clutch Player of the Year candidate Fox. He might have won it. I can't remember. I don't really care about that award. I think the pick and roll chemistry with Wemby, it's going to come, and it's going to be fantastic. I think his pull-up 3 will regress closer to the mean, whatever that is for him. I think his three-point shooting will have an uptick just by playing with Wembanyama, who I think will shoot up into being a top 5 to 6 player, no-brainer this season. I like this team. I'm higher on this team than Vegas. I think they're going to make a run at a 6th, 7th, 8th seed in the Western Conference if all things break well and Wembanyama's healthy. And I don't mind the...
If all things break well, I think that they have a higher ceiling. I think they'd probably be like a 6-5 seed. Now, if everything breaks perfect for them, I could see them being a top 4 seed. But breaking well, I think they could slip into that 6th spot, maybe 5, and avoid the play-in.
If all things break well and Wembanyama's healthy, And I don't mind the two timelines thing. Don't obsess over it. Not everything has to click into. You're not going to build this team of like everyone's between 23 and 25 years old. Let's go and have this 5-year runway. It doesn't happen like that for every team. Not every team can be the Thunder, and even the Thunder aren't quite like that. Fox.
Well, I'll just say this about the Thunder. Shea is 27 years old already. Victor Wembanyama is 21 years old. Stephon Castle's 20 years old. Dylan Harper is 19 years old. De'Aaron Fox is the oldest. He's the vet. I think he's 27 as well, maybe 28. And so in a couple of years, the Spurs will be on trajectory to be like the OKC Thunder. J-Dub is 24. He was an older rookie. He's even older than Jeremy Sohan. But if you give the Spurs a couple of years, I think they will be one of those young teams that are winning now, because in 2 years, Victor Wembanyama will be 23 or however old. Dylan Harper will be 21 in 2 years. Stephon Castle 22. And in 2 years, I think the Spurs will be a contender for however many years you want to go in the future. So I still think that the Spurs can be like the Thunder, where they're a young win-now team.
Can carry them now. And TBD on what happens in 3, 4, 5 years. Do you have to flip him? Do you have to flip Harper? Do you have to flip Castle? Do you have to flip none of them? Do they to develop into this sort of like rangy combo of guards who can all pass, shoot, defend, and they have the best player, the best young player in the whole world to center it all around? I'm super high on this team. I don't mind it. I think that extension is going to work out fine.
Okay, that is all Zach Lowe's got for us. I definitely agree with him. Great basketball mind. And he's right. You don't got to worry about so far down the line where you start to worry about having too much talent right now. We have a lot of talent, and that's not a bad thing. You can see how it all works out, how it all plays together, and you have a little bit of time, even though we are in a win-now situation. But then again, you look at it, we have De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama. You still can win now while trying to figure out some things. It's not championship or bust, but you're definitely going to have to get into that playoff. And one more thing before we get out of here. Gladys sent this tweet by Josh. I'll go ahead and give him a follow. I'm told he played in some recent full court runs at Loyola Marymount in Los Angeles, and just so you know, it's said to have looked quite stellar. That is something we heard from Pat Bev, where we went over that video, the story time or whatever. He actually went down to Los Angeles, and that's relating to what Kevin Garnett said. We also went over this video. So if you haven't watched all of those where we went over Pat Bev, and then also where we saw Kevin Garnett talk about Victor Wembanyama, y'all go check those out, because they're all linked together. And they're saying that Wemby looked crazy in these runs. Now, I don't doubt that, but I just wish we could see it, because we haven't seen Wemby hoops in so long. But this is also something that I'm so happy about. Not the blood clot, but the fact that he didn't play in Eurobasket this offseason, so he can work on his game a little bit more and just focus on himself. Because when he goes and plays for France, you know he's a team player. He wants to win at any cost. He's not really focused on himself. He's just thinking about what he has to do to make the team win. But the fact that he can actually work on his game, take this time, and kind of do some self-reflecting on his game, I think it's going to be so impactful for this upcoming season, and Wemby's probably going to be top 4 in MVP talks. I don't know if I'm lowballing him. I think he has a chance. Is that crazy? I think he has a chance at the MVP. If the Spurs are top 3, he's definitely going to be in that conversation. So let me know what y'all guys think. Y'all leave y'all's thoughts down below in the comment section over the Zach Lowe clip or anything we just talked about right here. Be sure to join the Spurs Spotlight Discord. And until next time, it has been your boy Chris, and I will catch y'all later. I'm out.